Hey y'all, this is Danielle and welcome back for another cleaning motivational video. Today's video is going to be a good one. It's going to be an interesting one. We are getting ready for school. So what that means in our household is just doing a lot of decluttering for the kids' clothes. So that is what this video is comprised of, with a little bit of bedding cleaning sprinkled in there. So let's get to it. We did have a friend stay with us for a couple of days, and so I needed to get this bedding off of the guest bed stripped and cleaned. And just as a little note, this room is so teeny tiny. This is actually the room that I used as my office space, and then in the corner we have this little twin bed. And it's mainly because we have downsized, so we have a 3-bedroom now. We used to have a 4-bedroom, but we do have this office space. And we have friends that oftentimes like to come and visit us, so we want to at least have something for them to sleep on. So that's why we have this teeny tiny little room with this twin bed in it. You really can't tell how tiny it is. My desk is actually in the corner, but it works for us. We're able to still host people, and you don't really have to have a giant space in order to continue to have people in your home and spend quality time with your friends and loved ones. So anyways, I got that bedding into the washing machine and started that load before it was time to take on the hefty task of decluttering my kids' clothes. So I actually first started in the boys' bedroom, and then I finished up in the girls' bedroom on a separate day because it really was a huge task to take out all of their clothes out of their closet, have them try on everything, and then go ahead and bag things up to donate or to honestly toss. There were a couple of things that were a little too worn in to donate to someone else, so it either got donated or it got put in the trash. I went ahead and got the boys' bedding off of their beds as well, just to get it off, and I stacked it into the laundry room so that I just could quickly move through all the bedding so it could be done by the end of the day. And then eventually I moved on to the clothes. Now, I don't know if you do this in light of clothes, but oftentimes when the seasons change, I like to have the kids try on clothes and just see if they like what they still have in their closet, because honestly there's no use in things being in the closet if they're not going to wear it. There are some things that I saw that still have tags on it which I like to have the kids have their choices on what they wear, but definitely if it has a tag on, I'm like, I need to return this, or we just need to donate it, because there is no sense in it staying in this room if you're not going to wear it. I try to do the same thing for myself as well. I'll go in my closet periodically and just see if I can actually fit certain things anymore, if I actually like it, and I'll go ahead and donate it. I'm trying to get in a better habit of not holding on to things so that it doesn't take up too much space. Me and my husband's closet is actually quite huge, but the kids' closet is kind of tiny, so that is why I like to either donate or clear out the space. And then you'll see towards the end of the video, I actually bag up a lot of the clothes that are not in season right now so that it can leave a lot of space for them to see clearly what they have. On my youngest son's clothes first, because if he can't fit any of it, then I know for sure that's going to get backed up. Whereas for my older son, if he can't fit it, typically my youngest son can fit it. So that's how we kind of started the process. My daughters helped a lot. They helped put some things back on hangers and bag things up. Also, one thing to note is our kids, they go to a school that they're required to wear uniforms. So that's another reason why I want to get rid of clothes that they just weren't wearing often, and to leave a lot of space for the uniforms, the shirts and the, pants and all the things that they have to wear for school. It was going to get kind of tight. So that's another reason why I want to clear things out. Okay, so this is kind of funny. Obviously, I'm seeing it playing this back and editing this video, but one thing we noticed when we finished all of this was that my oldest daughter, she actually had on my youngest daughter's shirt. So our girls, they like to match. A lot of their shirts that they have, a lot of their leggings that they have are the same exact thing. And so, yeah, we noticed towards the end, I looked at her, I was like, your shirt looks a little too small, don't you think? And she's like, maybe. And I checked the tag, and sure enough, it was her sister's size. So if you notice that, maybe you don't. If you notice that, that's why my daughter's shirt looks a little tiny. It's because it is. She was wearing her youngest sister's shirt. After getting a good bit of the clothes back up in the closet and organized, my little daughter helped me do that. She was such a great helper. I started to bag things up. So we had a few bags. One was winter clothes, another was costumes, and another was a bag for jerseys. Our kids like to hold on to their jerseys for some reason for all the sports that they have played. So at this point, it's almost filling up a whole bag for 3 of our kids who have now played sports for a few years. Getting all the uniforms hung up and put away in the closet, and then I started to realize that my older son really had 0 clothes to wear because he has grown so much. He's gotten so tall, and so he was the one that actually needed a lot of clothes to be replaced, or I guess buy more clothes for him, and he needed a whole new set of uniforms, which is crazy. Like, he is getting so big. He's almost as tall as me. He wears almost the same shoe size as me. He's like half a shoe size smaller than me now, and he's only 10. So I don't know. I'm like in my feelings because he's only 10 and he's almost taller than me. And my husband is over 6 feet. So Granted, I knew this was coming, but I'm like, man, I'm not ready for this. He is such a big boy. He's getting so tall. He's just stretching out. But anyways, I guess that is, something you have to get used to as a mom. Your kids start getting taller than you, and it's just crazy. It's crazy to me. So I'm doing a quick switch out here. I got the boys' bedding washed and put in the dryer and got that dried, and so it's ready to be put back onto the beds. And then I think I put in another load of towels probably, because I usually like to do those on the same day. It's just quick and easy. But I will tell you this, doing bunk beds, doing the bedding for bunk beds is the hardest thing ever. Like, it is probably one of the hardest cleaning tasks that I have done to date. The bottom part is not so bad. I mean, it's a little uncomfortable because you kind of have to lean over while you're doing it. But the top part of the bedding, I haven't figured out a great way to do this. So if your kids have bunk beds and you assist them in making up their bed, let me know what you do. Because right now, I tried it this way. This was the hardest way. I will never do this again. I switched it up when I did the girls' bedding. I took the mattress off the top, put the fitted sheet on, and then put the mattress back on the top. But even that was such a hard task. I know there's this type of bedding that's sold where you basically zip it, so you don't have to like tuck everything on the top part, on the top bunk. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I looked into that, but those are incredibly expensive, and we have 4 kids. So, shelling out, what is that, like $500-$600 for bedding is just not feasible right now. But let me know if you have another technique that makes it easier to make up the bed for specifically the top bunk. My daughter saw this as her opportunity to make her little cameo appearance, so she was saying something to you all. I have no idea. But whenever the camera is out, my kids love to make an appearance. But anyways, this is the next day, and I was getting the girls' bedding off before I started working on their clothes. And their closet was not as bad, primarily because they're younger. So my youngest daughter is 4, and then my oldest daughter is 7. And I'm typically in their room all the time, just because, maybe it's because they're girls. I don't know. Maybe it's because they're younger. But I'm in there all the time, one, helping my youngest daughter get dressed. And so I'm kind of already rotating their clothes out, and I'm just more aware of what's going on in their closet than the boys' closet. But there was still, probably a bag's worth of clothes that was ready to be donated and taken out of the closet or passed down to my youngest daughter. So there was a good bit of work, but not as bad as the boys' closet. Just as a heads up, if you decide to do this with your kids, be prepared to feel very exhausted at the end of it. I wasn't even doing that much work other than taking clothes off of hangers, putting them back on hangers, putting it in the closet and assessing if it fits them. And now that I'm saying that out loud, that does sound like a lot of work. But I was just so drained after this, and maybe it was because I was kind of negotiating with the kids, like, hey, listen, that does not fit you. I know you love this dress, but it doesn't fit you anymore, so you gotta donate it. It was well worth all the energy put into it in the end. But if you do decide to do this, I just want to give you a heads up that it does feel a little mentally, emotionally, physically draining with any type of decluttering, honestly. After getting the girls' clothes hung back up in the closet, I did a quick little vacuuming job. And then that was it for the day. If you made it this far in the video, I so appreciate you joining me today. I hope you got some good cleaning or decluttering done in your house. And I will see you all on the next video. Bye.